and it's Monday. That can only mean two things. Thing the first, I just downed an entire pot of coffee. It is the secret to my ludicrous and unhinged success. You know, some people look at the world and they say, why? Other people look at the world and they say, why not? I look at the world and say, can we stop looking at the world? It's boring. It's never done nothing for nobody. I know we're all anxious to get to the weather to see if it's raining in Montana today. But first, a very important correction.
Sometimes we mess up the facts, but we own it on corrections. Waking up with Danny.
Sometimes at Waking Up with Danny, we get it wrong. And when that happens, we're happy to say so. Last week, we referenced the date as January 6th. Some of our very passionate and fervent users wrote and approached me face-to-face, which frankly was a little unnerving, to let me know the date was wrong. So consider this the official correction. Last week was January 5th. The 5th, not the 6th. And now on to the weather.
It's time for the weather. It's time for the weather. It's time for the weather. Waking up with Danny. What you wanna do tonight? Do you wanna go outside? What you wanna do tonight? Go outside.
We're bringing the forecast. Are you ready? Demogorgon Gorgon raced across the country at near freeway speeds, bringing a swath of snow to more than 2,000 miles long from Washington State to New Jersey in barely 48 hours. This fast-moving system prompted winter storm warnings and advisories for parts of 22 states from Washington all the way to New Jersey, as well as the District of Columbia. Alerts remain in effect for parts of only 4 states in the east. Bands of snow snarled the morning commute in the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore metro areas. As of 10 a.m. Eastern, a couple days ago, 4 inches of snow blanketed the U.S. Capitol grounds, the first 1-inch plus snow of the season there. Cairo, Virginia, about a 2-hour drive west of the nation's capital, picked up 6 inches of snow. Meanwhile, Oakland in western Maryland measured 8 inches of snow. It's 45 degrees in Seattle, 22 in Denver, 36 over in New York, 37 in Washington, D.C., 39 in Atlanta, 56 over in L.A., and 49 San Francisco, down in Miami, Florida, 75, San Antonio, Texas, 40 in Billings, 6 degrees. Let's not forget Chicago, 23 degrees. It's chilly, very chilly. Right now, currently, there's a nasty-looking low-pressure system in the Atlanta southeast, which is bringing rain because it's not cold enough for snow. It's a nasty, non-wintry mix. And you know, I, for one, am not a fan. I say if it's January and it's going to be precipitating, I'd prefer some snow, but seems like all we can get down here in the southeast lately is rain. Wet and rain. Cold and rain. Or dry and cold. I don't like that either. Not a fan. I say, and I've always said this, if it's going to be cold, it might as well be snowing. You know where it is snowing right now? Denver, Colorado. Yeah, they got a little bit of a low-pressure system themselves, but they have the temperature to bring that snowy weather. So, Denver, Colorado and the surrounding area, getting some snow this morning.
Time for the quote.
Huh. Really? It seems a little early on in the show for the quote of the day, but okay. A ship is safe in a harbor, but then again, that's not what ships are for. Not sure who said that, but it is a pretty cool quote. And the word of the day comes courtesy of my friend Steven Salas, and it is apropos for this specific radio program, matutinal, of or occurring in the morning. It's an adjective. And that's what it means. Mid-16th century from the late Latin matutininalis. Matutinal, as far as usage goes, really peaked out right around the 1890s. People could not stop saying that word. Starting to get annoying. But people moved on, as they do.
Headlines and things. It's time for the news. What does it all mean? News. Headlines around the world. It's time for the news. I'm waking up with Sandy News.
Iraq may need 3 years to rebuild and restructure its military, Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi said on Sunday, as the country battles Islamic State militants who pose the biggest threat to its security since the fall of Saddam Hussein in 2003. And Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts derailed Denver's bid for the Super Bowl redemption, ousting the Broncos from the NFL playoffs 24-13. The Broncos were humbled 43-8 by the Seattle Seahawks in last season's Super Bowl. And 2 people were trampled to death by a camel in Texas. A male camel in a rut trampled 2 people to death at the Camel Kisses Farm. Sorry, in North Texas. KFDX television station reported on Sunday. A man had entered a pen holding a male and 2 female camels at the farm near Wichita Falls on Sunday. The male then charged the man named as Mark Meir, 53 years old. The farm's owner, Peggy McNair, 72, tried to close the gate to the pen, but was also stomped. And as usual, justice was swift and unmerciful against this innocent animal as it was put to death by authorities. And on a lighter note, this weekend was the No Pants subway ride in Berlin, January. The No Pants subway ride is an annual event that has become a global celebration of bare thighs. The celebration of silliness is designed to make other tube riders, ooh, I like the sound of that, smile. And you're not going to want to miss the photo I just tweeted of this story over on @UpWithDanny. Tweet to me your favorite pantsless photo, and we can have our own, quote, pantsless subway ride, end quote.
The stock market, the Dow, the indexes, money that matters, money's that matters, and money's that matters, and money's that matters. Where are your investments today? Let's track your stocks. Let's track your stocks. Let's track your stocks. Let's track your stocks. Mutual funds and lots of other things. Waking up with Danny. The stock waking up with Danny. Money, stocks, investments, and mutual funds. Money, stocks, investments, and mutual funds. Waking up with Danny.
While stock investors wait for the benefits of cheaper oil to seep into the economy, all they can see lately is downside. Forecasts for the first quarter profits in the Standard & Poor's 500 index have fallen by 6.4 percentage points from 3 months ago, the biggest decrease since 2009, according to more than 6,000 analyst estimates compiled by Bloomberg. Reductions spread across 9 of 10 industry groups, and energy companies saw the biggest cut. Earnings pessimism is growing just as the best 3-year rally since technology boom pushed valuations in the equity to the highest level since 2010. At the same time, volatility has surged in the American stock market as oil's 55% drop since June to below $49 a barrel raises speculation that companies will cancel investment in credit markets and banks will suffer from debt defaults. Debt defaults. On a related note, gasoline prices dropped below $2 per gallon in the Portland metro areas, despite that the state still has higher than normal average of $2.34 per gallon. You can find several places with sub-$2 prices. Monday is a record 107th consecutive day prices have fallen.
Today in history, a lot of things have happened. Maybe a man flew to the moon. Maybe a baby was saved by a baboon. We'll get to the bottom of this and much, much more on Today in History. I'm waking up with Danny.
In 1995, major earthquake kills 5,092 people in Kobe, Japan. Also that same year, murder trial against O.J. Simpson began in Los Angeles. In 1970, a Boeing 747 makes its maiden voyage. In 1906, it's the first time the Dow Jones closed above 100 points. And in 1816, France decrees Bonaparte family excluded from the country forever. Some birthdays: 1970, Zach De La Rocha was born. In 1954, Howard Stern was born. Happy birthday, Howard Stern. In 1951, Rush Limbaugh was born. Hasn't died yet, unfortunately. In 1856, John Singer Sargent was born. And in 1737, John Hancock. Now let's learn something, shall we?
And you know you gotta learn something today. Make your life better. The more you know, the more you know. You'll make your life better. And you know you gotta learn something today. You make your life better. And the more you know, the more you know. You'll make your life better. Today I learned. You'll make your life better. Today I learned. You'll make your life better. Today I learned. The more you know, the more you know. Today I learned. Waking up with Danny.
For years, people who dream of beating the lottery have puzzled over the amazing case of Joan Ginther, who made headlines around the world for scratching off the $10 million winner on a $50 instant ticket to win her fourth multi-million-dollar prize. Skeptics wondered, as they do, if she cheated or had an ingenious system for pinpointing winners. After all, Ginther received a PhD from Stanford and has lived for years in Las Vegas. News reports at the time, citing mathematicians, fueled the fire. They put Ginther's chances of 4 such wins at 1 in 18 septillion. Remarkably, all 4 of her winners were purchased in or near her tiny hometown of Bishop, Texas. The mystery has only deepened since then because Ginther, now 67, has steadfastly refused to grant interviews, and the Texas Lottery has never investigated, insisting they never even asked Ginther how she won. But finally, hold on to your hats, folks, answers have been found. A series of discoveries based on painstaking analysis by Philly.com of newly obtained Texas Lottery records with the help of experts has led to a surprising conclusion. Basic gambling principles. Like card counting in Jack-Black, or Blackjack, whichever game you prefer, money management in poker and timing in progressive slots may have inspired Joan Ginther to buy a flabbergasting number of $20 to $50 tickets, perhaps 80,000 worth, $2.5 million or more. The numbers go up even higher, up to $3.3 million, with the discovery that Ginther may have been working with a friend. As preposterous as those estimates sound, they're not unthinkable. If one ticket takes 90 seconds to scratch, that's 40 tickets in an hour, making it feasible to knock off 1,000 in a week, tens of thousands in a year. Indeed, Times Market in Bishop sold $469,000 worth of tickets, by far the most in all of Texas, just for a game with $50 tickets called $140 million Extreme Payout, the scratch-off that won Ginther $10 million in 2010.
And that's gonna do it, folks.
Nothing left but to celebrate.
Let's dance it out as we end the episode. Waking up with Danny, and I hope you join me next week. Same time, same place. Waking up with Danny. Coming to you live from this recording. Alright, no, it's Monday. Waking up with Danny. I'm coming to your room to talk about the world and maybe the weather. Waking up with Danny and read a quote or two. I'll even say the traffic and say what's going on. Danny, the theater do. You know it's Monday. It's waking